Hi, and welcome to WhitneyandWyatt.com.
I'm Whitney.
And I'm Wyatt. Today we're going to talk to our friend Maggie Winkel about starting your own business and the importance of branding.
Yeah, and I'm really excited because we have our own business, and so we can get a lot of tips from her, hopefully, about building our brand, boosting our brand, doing all kinds of brand things with our brand.
Yes. Tell us about you. How did you become a startup junkie? That's what I want to know.
I love that title.
A couple of years ago, I decided I wanted to go out on my own and sort of figure out what it is I could do to keep more balance in my life and start really pursuing other things that I enjoy. I am a brand evangelista because I am a big believer in the building of brands and the power of brands, particularly in the business environment and even really just the personal environment, how we interact just on whatever relationship basis, kind of outside of our inner circle.
So Maggie, what's the difference between marketing and branding?
Marketing is really a vehicle or a method of communication, where branding is really about creating a very strong emotional tie between a company, a small-owned business, or even an individual with the person or people that they're trying to connect with or communicate.
How do you go about building your brand?
Well, I think the first thing that you would do is you really need to every day ask yourself, what is this business about? Like with a hairdresser, asking a hairdresser, what do you do for a living? I cut hair. Okay, but what do you do for a living? Well, I style people's hair so it looks more visually pleasing. Okay, but what do you really do? Well, when somebody's hair looks better, they feel better about themselves, and so it starts to raise their self-esteem. Okay, but what does that mean? How does that really impact them? Well, you know, if their hair looks better and they feel better about themselves and they have higher self-esteem, they are going to be much more self-confident, and they're going to move forward into the universe in a much more confident and successful way. So
wow, I need a haircut.
So basically, you know, instead of saying I do hair, you know, I'm actually a purveyor of self-esteem, or I help people become more empowered in the world by, you know, really helping them to look the best they absolutely can be from a hair perspective.
So what does that mean for us then? we have to go like have a meeting after this and try and figure out.
We do. I love that though, but it does explain it. You're like peeling those layers off and off and off to get to the heart of your business and why you're really in business and how it's changing the world, sort of. And then go back to basics. Okay, how do we do our website and what does our logo need to look like, right?
Yeah.
Brand
and
should come
then you
first.
go back and you use, to me, you know, because I am a brand evangelista, in my mind, branding should be one of the single starting blocks, you know, one of the strongest starting blocks when you're building your business. And I certainly, my opinion is that you start with, you basically get your business idea and you work on your brand plan, you know, while you're working your business plan. I think having that soul, having that heart, that foundation from which to build really dramatically impacts the types of business decisions you made. One of the things I think that's really a stumbling block that a lot of women have with starting their businesses is because they start them for really personal reasons, you know, balance a lifestyle or something they really are passionate about and love to do. Oftentimes they really are one with their business, and when they develop their brand proposition, oftentimes I'm working with them, and the qualities and characteristics that they're talking about that their business has, they're really talking about themselves. And it doesn't mean that you and your business can't share similar values or even the same values, but what you need to do is be able to have that separate and unique perspective and have your business sit over here and you sit over there. Qualities, things that are important to you and that you care about and your passion certainly all goes into that business cup, but you want to make sure that you're separate, because if you're too connected, you will not ever be able to really make impactful, you know, reasonable decisions about your business. You know, there's going to come a point where you're going to need to make a decision about your business that it requires you to have a perspective, and you're not going to be able to if you're right there in it.
That's a great point.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So Wyatt, what did you think of that branding conversation with Maggie?
I thought it was excellent. I think she's a great brand evangelista. But I learned a lot about branding because, seriously, I don't think I understood it originally. You know, I had it mixed with marketing, messaging, and stuff like that. And I realized that it is kind of your essence and your soul of your business and kind of your guiding values and principles. So that's important. And I think we have a lot of work to do.
Yes, we do. I'm excited. She gave me tons of tips and I'm all fired up and inspired. I thought she was great to listen to. So let's get to work. Let's roll up our sleeves as far as they will go and go hit the office.
Yeah, and if you want to find out more about branding, check out Maggie's website. See you next time.